pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice. Here.
Councilman McCarthy?
Here.
Councilman Wareheim?
Here.
Councilman Creighton?
Here.
Councilman Malloy?
Here.
Okay, we have two public hearings here. Town Board to consider a special exception. 2010-13 as submitted by SciTech Wireless for a special exception to replace an existing lattice tower with a new monopole on property located at 758 Smithtown Bypass.
Good evening, Mr. Supervisor, members of the board. My name is Lawrence Ray of the law firm Ray, Nielsen, Huber, and Coughlin, representing the applicants. This application is in connection with the RFP that was issued to replace the aging lattice tower at the highway yard on Smithtown Bypass and replace it with a monopole of the same height. The monopole would be capable of supporting all of the antennas that are currently on the aging lattice tower, and in addition will be designed in such a way that wireless telecommunications carriers could co-locate inside the pole so that the antennas would be totally invisible to the public. We think that this would be a win-win for the town. The town would be able to replace the lattice tower with a monopole of the same height. It would provide support for all of the various governmental entities, public safety, and highway department antennas. It would also preclude the proliferation of towers in the area because other wireless telecommunications carriers could co-locate. And Metro is part of this application because Metro has already indicated and has joined in this application that it needs a site in this area and would enclose its antennas within the highway department new monopole. The monopole does not meet some of the telecommunications code requirements such as fall zone, and the reason for that is that we're placing the monopole in the same location as the existing tower. To place it elsewhere in the yard would interfere with highway department operations. The tower has been there for years in that location without incident, and this monopole will be built so as to comply with all building codes that will actually exceed or meet all building codes that would apply to such a structure. We've submitted a number of documents to the board from various experts, including photo simulations and sightline drawings, site plans, and FCC compliance reports and the like. And I have some additional documents that I'd like to submit. They are an appraisal report and a planning report. I have a number of people here who are capable of answering any technical questions that you may have. But having said that, I'd be happy to answer any questions you have, and I'll hand these up.
Thank you. Is there somebody in the audience who wishes to be heard on this application? The town board have any questions?
Okay.
And I guess we'll move to close the meeting.
Okay.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Malloy?
Yes.
We have a second public hearing to consider a special exception as submitted by SciTech for a special exception to replace an existing lattice tower with a new 100 monopole at property located on 65 Maple Avenue.
Yes, Mr. Supervisor, Lawrence Ray again appearing on this application, very similar to the last. This is also pursuant to the RFP. In this case, there is presently an 80-foot lattice tower. It's been there for many years at the public safety facility, and it has antennas that reach up to 95 feet that are attached to the top. This proposal is to replace it with a 100-foot monopole to house all of the town public safety antennas, and again it would be hollow in the middle so that antennas of the wireless carriers could co-locate inside. Metro is part of this application. It has submitted all its propagation maps showing that it needs a site in this area. We are confident other carriers will also want to co-locate there. And so for the same reasons that we're described in the Highway Department application, I think this is a win-win for the town's residents, and the wireless carriers, and certainly the public safety folks.
Thank you. Anybody wish to be heard on this one? Town board?
I have more
Sure,
documents.
you can present those, thank you. Well, then I'll move to close the meeting.
Second. Supervisor Vecchio?
Here,
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Malloy?
Yes.
okay,
Thank you, sir.
thank you, sir. We have a second reading for the St. James Chamber of Commerce, St. Patrick's Day Parade. Special event application for Smithtown Chamber Festival Day, first reading. Neff Cure Foundation Annual Carnival, first reading. Anybody wish to be heard for or against the granting of those permits? We'll move on. We have a special event permit for Neff Cure Foundation, first reading. Building Department report, which is on file with the clerk. A parade run walk for 9/11 responders, first reading. And a special event for St. James Day Festival, first reading. Anyone wish to be heard on those events? Move to close we'll move on. Town board to authorize the clerk to advertise for public hearing to be held at the senior center for a petition that's submitted by SciTech Wireless at 7 p.m. for a special exception to replace the existing pole with a 170-foot monopole on property located at 85 Old Northport Road.
Councilman Malloy?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes, town board to authorize the clerk to advertise for public hearing to be held at the senior center at 7 p.m. on 24th day of March. To consider a petition as submitted by Amber Court Realty for a special exception for the construction of an assisted living facility in a light industrial zoning district on property located on the west side of Lake Avenue in Nesconset.
Councilman Malloy?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes, town board to authorize the clerk to advertise for the following bids to be submitted on the indicated dates, March 10th for tree pruning.
Councilman Malloy?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes, town board, after a due study and deliberation, is issuing a secret negative declaration, determination of non-significance in the following matters for reasons stated in the memorandum on the dates indicated. Site plan approval by General Properties for February 3rd, 2011. Site plan approval by PIT Partners submitted on February 9th, 2011.
Councilman Malloy?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes, town board to issue a written consistency determination pursuant to Chapter 151, that the application by the town of Smithtown is consistent with the local waterfront revitalization plan, subject to conditions as stated in the memorandum from the planning director.
Councilman Malloy?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Yes, town board to approve the following, approval for the communications manager to attend a conference at a cost of $200. The town clerk to issue a parade walk permit for the St. James Chamber. C, amend the number of days per month for elected officials below, which are reported to New York State and local employees' retirements and based on the record of activities maintained and submitted by these officials to the clerk of the body for accounting requirements of the New York State retirement system. D, a zoning petition by Pitt and Partners for a special exception to modify a commercial public recreation use. The Highway Department to purchase one combination sand and salt spreader, and the town attorney or appropriate official to enter into stipulation of settlement on the entry of order with regard to various tax certiorari matters. And G, the extension of an agreement with E-Scrap Destruction for a one-year contract for removal of e-waste from the municipal services facility.
Councilman Malloy?
Yes.
Councilman Creighton?
Yes.
Councilman Wareham?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio?
Town board to authorize acceptance of a $1,000 donation from Denise Giglio, an escrow in the account of $500, and donations as follows: $53 and $56.60.
Councilman Malloy.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Yes, the next agenda items, A through K, are all transfers from various accounts to other accounts for various departments. So I'll just read them as transfers, A through K.
Councilman Malloy.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Okay, thank you. Town Board to authorize the supervisor to execute the following on a form approved by the town attorney. Letter agreement with National Association of Drug-Free Employees regarding 2011 fees for drug and alcohol testing services. Agreement with Destination Science to utilize Hoyt Farm Park for 6 one-week sessions for its 2011 summer day camp for a fee of $3,863. A sublicense agreement between Suffolk County, Nelson, Pope, and Voorhees and the town of Smithtown regarding use of the Suffolk County Advanced Real Estate Information System and tax maps, and D, an amendment to the Smithtown Landing Country Club Management Agreement with Michael Hebron regarding capital improvement funding and fee payments for the year 2011.
Councilman Malloy.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Yes, town board to approve the following settlements with the recommendation of the town attorney, Marie Ruiz, against the town in the amount of $1,445.47. Danielle Sweeney against the town in the amount of $450. James Clutter against the town of Smithtown, amount of $3,000. The Gannett Group against the town, an amount of $759.53. And to approve a settlement with Travelers Property Casualty Company as a subrogee in the amount of $6,850.86.
Councilman Malloy.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Yes, town board to approve the following personnel matters. Accept the volunteer service of Mr. Nicholas as a volunteer in the nutrition program. Part-time appointment of Heather McDonough to the position of assistant recreation leader in the school-age child program. And we have one other here. And to approve the full-time provisional appointment of Charles Barrett to the position of Director of Parks and Buildings and Grounds.
Second B and C.
Okay. Supervisor Vecchio.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Malloy.
Yes.
Is there a Stephen Granato here want to be heard? A Michael Lynch? A Mr. Echeverra? No. David Collins? No. Mr. and Mrs. Calderola?
Good evening. Just here for a simple thing. I'd like to extend my and my husband's very genuine thank you to Supervisor Vecchio for responding to us this week. We definitely appreciate that. Also here to say thank you to the Department of Public Safety and the Highway Department. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to be heard? If not, I will move to close the meeting.
Second.
Supervisor Vecchio.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Councilman Wareheim.
Yes.
Councilman Creighton.
Yes.
Councilman Malloy.
Yes.